Hi, coaches. I wanted to try something new here for those of you who might want to see a drill drawn up and talked through. So I'm going to go through Wednesday's practice plan. I sent an email explaining how we are going to divide into two separate teams. So you'll see the Lightning will be in the far end and the Eastview will be in the near end. And you guys will just be responsible for running your team through the following drills. You can do your own timing, but this is kind of the general layout. We are going to start each practice with skating still just within your own group, and we're going to start tomorrow, or Wednesday, sorry, with the drill that we had been doing at the end before we left, where you set two tires out, and then you have lines on the outside of each tire. Okay, so the pattern would be they start probably on I have it drawn on the left-hand side here. So they start on the left-hand side, they go around both tires, a full circle, and end in the other line. The opposite side goes at the same time. Okay, I think we can fit three groups across, which would be ideal. We have 16 on each team. Goalies should do the skating as well, so this would be for everybody. I just encourage you to get creative, forwards, backwards, pivots. You could have them go just a horseshoe too. You don't have to have them go all the way around if you want to do that with the pivot perhaps. With pucks, without pucks, just kind of change it up. But we'll probably do some skating till about 20 minutes into practice. But again, you get to know your side, especially for the Lightning. Eastview will be the team that I'll be down with. And if you end a little early, that's fine as well. Okay, so on Wednesday, after we do the skating, we're going to do kind of 4 stations, but it's going to look a little bit different. So hopefully you kind of read the beginning. But you can see that there's 2 drills we're starting with, and that's kind of what I'm going to draw up. So when you first split your team, you get to decide how you want to split it. Okay, you will have kids in different colors. Um, so we are going to have some pads. It won't go all the way across. I just told the people that I want like 5 of them, but we'll put like 5 pads across just so the kids have kind of a boundary. But put it just off the blue line. We'll have them in both ends. Okay, so this will be our setup every single time that we need those pads there because we are not allowed to use the neutral zone. We need to show our spacing. But I do want them just outside the blue line so that kids can be kind of lined up out here at times. All right, so first you're going to divide your kids in half. I do recommend maybe having half and half of colors for times when we, so like 4 blue, 4 whites in one group, but it doesn't probably matter too much today. So one of the drills you're going to be doing is passing around the circle. Again, you could have up to about 8 kids. And so with one puck, just have them pass in a pattern if possible. There's only 5 here. That's easy to do, 2 to the right. But otherwise, just have them pass randomly to who's ever calling for it. During this drill, I want you to really focus on like the receiving and then passing the puck so that they are kind of sweeping it, not slapping at it. Okay. Do that for a few minutes. Make sure all the kids are touching the puck, maybe encourage them to call for passes, those types of things. And then you can switch it to monkey in the middle. Okay, so then the kids have to stay on the edge on the outside, put a player in the middle, and then they're trying to intercept the pass. As soon as they get the puck, just rotate them in with a person. Usually you play where whoever passed it and they intercepted it from that person's in the middle, but we want to make sure everybody gets a chance in the middle, so you can decide how you want to do that. Okay, so on one circle, half the kids are doing that. On the other circle, your group will have 1 ring. So part of the reason we're doing this is because there's only 1 ring. Your extra players, I suppose they could actually go this way. You might want to have them go straight back from the top of the circle. Okay, so that's different than how it's drawn up in the other. But so have 1 player from each end come out, and it's a one-on-one ring battle. They need to stay inside the circle, and so their sticks are flipped upside down, and they're just trying to play keep away with the ring. Whenever we play with the ring, really what we're working on is proper body contact, where you kind of get your shoulder in on them, and then also properly how to take the puck away. The only way you can take a ring away is to get your stick underneath of theirs and lift up on it. So a lot of times kids like to go over the top, which can end up being hooking, but it forces them to get underneath and hit their stick up. They also have to be strong on their sticks, both the person with the puck or with the ring and the person trying to take it away. So it teaches how to be strong on your stick. So what's going to happen is these 2 will just battle out kind of in here playing keep away. If someone takes it away, they get it, and they just keep it away. Have them go 20 to 30 seconds and then blow the whistle and just teach the kids or tell the kids on the whistle, leave the ring and get out of the circle. And then the next one from each line pops in, races for the ring wherever it's at, and then they play keep away for 20 to 30 seconds. So you will have like 3 kids standing in line, but again, that's why it's important we keep those shifts 20 to 30 seconds so that they can get through. Okay. Now, one note that I made in there, so both of these drills, these kids I don't think in the one-on-one will be standing too long in line, but this drill up here, the passing drill, can get long for kids. So rather than going 10 straight minutes and then switching, what we decided to do is we're going to have you do 5-minute intervals. Okay, so if I'm coaching here, and let's say Coach Neil is coaching over here. Okay, so I would lead this group for 5 minutes. Neil would lead this group for 5 minutes. At the 5-minute mark, we're just going to switch. Okay, meaning our kids are staying, our coaches are staying, but they're going to send the ring over here. And now this group is going to transition into the one-on-one, and Neil's group would switch into the passing. Okay, and do that for about 5 minutes. After 5 more minutes, we'd switch the ring back. And then they would do the one-on-one for 5 more minutes, and then I would do passing for 5 more minutes. Okay, so you'll ultimately do 4 rotations. So you'll do passing, one-on-one, passing, one-on-one. Okay, so that is the first, so that'll be the next 20 minutes. So the first 20 minutes skating, the next 20 minutes, because it's technically 10 of each in the end, you're doing the one-on-one ring battle and passing around the circle. And then we are going to get into the skill work of skating, puck handling, passing, and shooting. And that's just going to be an obstacle course we set up. Okay, so in that one, doesn't matter which end you set it up in. The next time you would set it up in the opposite side. That's going to be one thing we're going to get good at. Not this time because it's a Wednesday, but you're going to set up these tires like this. So you'll have 5 tires. Players start with the puck. Coach is right here. They're going to weave cones. As they come down, they're going to make a pass, do a give and go. Okay, get it back and take a shot. So this is working on puck handling around tires. You're getting a pass in there and a shot. So it's just working on some of that skill work. Okay, so pretty basic. And finally, in the other side, I need 2 pads set up like this. 2 of the mini nets. If we have a goalie, they would be on this side. 2 of the mini nets. Okay, and you can put some tires in there if you want to make it a little harder. But this is going to be a 2 versus 2, maybe even a 1 versus 1. What I don't want to have happen is that we only have like 6 in a group, so we're just going to go 3 on 3 the whole time. Because one thing we want to really start getting good at is introducing these kids to some concepts that they need to understand at a basic level when they enter squirt and 10U hockey. And one of those things is going hard for a short amount of time and then needing a break. Sometimes when you start squirt and 10U hockey, you see kids wanting to stay on the ice for 3-minute shifts. And that's because of sometimes we teach them bad habits in might hockey. So 2v2 is my ideal, but that would be if there's 2 others sitting on the bench. Okay, so I want them to play it out for about 30 to 45 seconds probably. 45 seconds would probably be ideal. You don't have to set a timer, just kind of go general. But then on the whistle, I want these guys to get used to sprinting back to their bench, sitting nicely on the bench during that time. And then on that same whistle, these kids can jump out. They don't have to wait for them to get back. We'll work on that later. Okay. If you only have 3, you can decide if you want to go a 2-on-2 and then the other group go 1v1. Just rotate who the 1v1 is. The other option would be to have one of the 2v2 kids stay each time. So I would be okay if they stay for 2 and then sit 1, but I just don't want them playing 10 minutes straight because then they're not going as fast and not playing as hard. Okay, so in these videos, I'm going to just explain some of those little things that I may be looking for. This practice is very basic. Starting next weekend, though, we're going to start doing some more conceptual drills, and I think it'll be more important. But that's what we're looking to do. So again, this one, the only difference with the first or the middle 20 minutes is you'll take one group in the 2v2. They'll stay there for a full 10 minutes. And then this group will do this one for a full 10 minutes. And then on the whistle, you just flip-flop these groups. So these kids will go to the 2-on-2. These kids come over here. So the nice thing about breaking into 2 teams is you are allowed within your end to mix and match and change kids however much you want. Coaches could also go back and forth. It does not matter. Okay, so because we've gone with these 2 distinct groups, you are allowed to mix and match, switch, do whatever you want within your pod. So that's your pod of about 21 because each group has 16 players and 5 coaches, I believe. Okay, I have sent a message saying that your kids should have their water bottles on your bench. So just make sure maybe the first day remind them to make sure that their water bottle's there. And then we'll pick up pucks and be on our way. The other thing that I sent was face masks. So it is our job as coaches to make sure the kids are wearing the face masks. After practice, if you had any kids that you felt you had to tell too many times to pull their face mask up, just let me know and I'll follow up with their families. Hopefully it won't be a problem. All right, thanks so much, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.